Hello friends, myself Mr. Sanjay K. Bhadke, presently working as an assistant professor at Department of Civil Engineering, Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur. Friends, today we are going to discuss about our today's topic of basic concept of torsion, which is included in the syllabus of strength of material. So first, we are going to discuss about the syllabus and content of the subject. Our unit number 1, it includes the mechanical properties and uniaxial problems related to the various material. In this, we are going to study about the types of force distribution, various concepts related to the force, elastic and plastic behaviors of the material, relation between the elastic constant, uniaxial loading, deformation of simple cases of statically determined bodies, determined and indeterminate structures, axial loading, temperature changes and effect of temperature on various material, thin wall pressure and thick wall pressures, and pressure which is subjected to a internal zone. Unit number 2, it is depend upon axial force, shear force and bending moment diagrams, the concept of free body diagram, various types of load, determination of axial force, what do you mean by shear force and bending moments, moment at a section, shear force and bending moment in the beam or various frames, relation between the shear force and bending moments. Unit number 3, it relates with the trace in beams, which include bending traces in simple beam, assumption and derivation of simple bending theories, relation between various theories, what do you mean by bending moments, what do you mean by bending trace, curvatures, simple beam, applications of simple beam, shear flow and shear trace distribution, bending moment and axial force. And unit number 4, it's related with the torsion of circular shaft, which include torsion of circular section, assumption and derivation of relation between the torsional moment and shear trace. What do you mean by angle of twist? What is torsional rigidity? How torsion is related with the solid and circular sections? Torsion in thin wall and hollow section, and numericals related with this topic. So all we are going to cover in unit number 4. Our unit number 5 is related with the deflections of beam. We know that beam is very important part of the any structure. If beam get fail, the structure may collapse. So you should have the knowledge about the deflection of beam. It include derivation of differential equation, moment of curvature, differential equation and its relations. What do you mean by shear load? What do you mean by load? Deflection of simple beam by integration or any other methods. Linearly varying beams by integrations. Unit number 6 is basically related with the state of trace in 2 dimension. It include various differential equation of equilibrium, transformation of traces, principal traces, maximum shear force, Mohr circle method, combined bending and torsion, torsion and shear flow in thin wall section, concept of shear center and thin wall section, symmetrical and unsymmetrical bending. So this way our total syllabus we are going to cover in unit number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So there are some books which we can use to study these subjects. So Strength of Material by Timu Shankar and Goodyear. It is one of the famous book and it is an international publications. Many students are following this book. Then Mechanics of Material by Mr. Beer and Russell. It is a Grow Hall publications. You can use this book also. If you're thinking about the Indian author, there are a number of books, but one book is Strength of Material by D. Ghosh and A.K. Datta. You can refer this book to study the basic concept of this subject. Student, today we are going to just know about the basic about the torsion. Here we are going to study about the torsion of circular shaft. We know that any type of force like stresses, strain, torsion, these are the types of forces, but their application, their implementation is different, so their nomenclature will be different. Torsion is also called as a torque, it is also called as a turning moment, it is also called as a twisting moment. In various factories and workshops, the various shaft is used to transmit the energy from one end to another end. The moment of couple acting on the shaft is called as torque, or turning moment or twisting moment is also called as torsion or torque. This phenomenon is applicable to transmit the energy a turning force is applied. Basically, what is meant by twisting? After the washing various clothes, if you want to remove the water, excess water from that cloth, we twist that cloth in opposite direction. Once we started the twisting of this cloth in opposite direction, the water will going to remove from this cloth. So when we applying the force, twisting force in opposite direction, which is subjected to the removal of water from the cloth, that particular action of force, that particular phenomena is called as the twisting moment. And due to this, the forces those are developed is called as the torque, turning moment or torsion. So I have given one practical example to you. Mathematically, if you want to define the torque is given by turning force multiplied by the diameter of shaft. So here we are studying about the various torque which is related with the circular shaft. So torque is given by force into diameter. So here radius is given. The half portion of the circular shaft is a radius and half portion of the circular shaft is a radius. So total diameter is equal to 2r. So torque can be given by F into 2r, where T can be nomenclatured as torque, F is the turning force, and R is the radius of shaft, or radius can also be nomenclated at S. So R or S is the radius of shaft. So if you want to calculate the torque, so mathematically we can calculate F into 2R or F into diameter of the shaft. Normally, capital T is the notation for the torque and its unit of measurement is Newton mm or kilonewton mm. Next, what is meant by angle of twist? Basically, in the circular shaft, the angle of twist is denoted by theta, and when shaft is subjected to a torque T at a point on the surface of the shaft come at another position, that is A dash position, then angle measured between A to O and O to A dash, it is a theta, and that particular angle is called as the angle of twist. So we can say that if on a circular shaft if any body is moving from point A to A dash, so angle made by AO A dash is called as the angle of twist. So you can see in the figure, angle AO A dash is equal to theta is the angle of twist, and normally this angle of twist we are measuring in radius. So here clearly this figure indicates the angle of twist. Next, what do you mean by shear trace in the shaft? Basically, here shear trace were denoting with the italic language or italic symbol tau. When the shaft is subjected to equal and opposite end couples whose axes coincide with the axis of the shaft is said to be in the pure torsion, and at any point in the section of the shaft, trace will be induced. Due to the action of forces in the circular shaft, a particular traces will be induced, and that traces is called as the shear trace in the shaft, which is denoted by tau. Next, strength of the shaft, the maximum torque or power that shaft can transmit from one pulley to another is called as the strength of the shaft. Strength means power which is full for the transmitting the load from one pulley to another pulley. Then how to calculate the maximum torque? So torque is denoted by T, and if you want to calculate the maximum torque, there is one mathematical formula. So maximum torque T is equal to pi by 16 multiplied by tau into d raised to 3, where pi is your numerical constant value, 16 is your numerical value, tau is your shear trace, and d is your diameter of the shaft. So if you want to calculate the maximum torque, you have to use this formula, pi by 16 multiplied by tau into d cube. So torque can be calculated differently for the different section. The formula number 1 we can use to calculate the torque for a solid circular shaft. If you want to calculate the torque for a hollow circular shaft, your formula will be changed. The formula will be like this: torque is equal to pi by 16 multiplied by tau into d raised to 4 minus small d raised to 4 divided by 4. So if you want to calculate the torque for the hollow circular shaft, you have to use this formula. In this formula, capital D is the outer diameter and small d is the inner diameter of the shaft. So once again I am repeating the formula. Maximum torque is given by pi by 16 multiplied by tau multiplied by d raised to 4 minus small d raised to 4 divided by 4. So mathematically we can use this formula for the calculation. There are various assumptions in the theory of torsions. These assumptions are as follows. The material of the shaft is uniform throughout the length. The twist along the shaft is uniform, means your angle of twist will be equal in all conditions. Cross section of the shaft remain plane after and before the twist. It will not going to change. All the radii remain straight after and before the twist. The shaft is uniform circular section throughout the twist. So when we are going to solve the numericals related to the theory of torsion, we have to follow all these assumptions, and basis of this assumption we are going to solve the numericals. Then what do you mean by the polar moment of inertia? Before studying this subject, you already know the principal axis theorem, perpendicular axis theorem, which is the part of engine mechanics. So next is polar moment of inertia. Mathematically, the polar moment of inertia is denoted by capital J. The moment of inertia of the plane area with respect to an axis perpendicular to the plane of the figure is called as a polar moment of inertia. And we can take the reference of perpendicular axis theorem to calculate the polar moment of inertia. Mathematically, polar moment of inertia is denoted by I suffix zz is equal to I suffix xx plus I suffix yy. So total value you can get as a j, which indicate the polar moment of inertia. So mathematically, moment of inertia about the x-axis is given by pi by 64 multiplied by d raised to 4, and moment of inertia about the y-axis is given by pi by 64 multiplied by d raised to 4. So here value of j is equal to pi by 64 multiplied by d raised to 4 plus pi by 64 multiplied by d raised to 4. After the calculation, we will get the final value of j, that is polar moment of inertia, is equal to pi by 32 multiplied by d raised to 4. So when you solve the numericals related with the torsion, and if there is any case to calculate the polar moment of inertia, in that case you have to use this formula, j is equal to pi by 32 multiplied by d raised to 4. So there are some examples. These are the very basic examples related to the shaft. So here is one example. Calculate the diameter of solid shaft to transmit the 10 kilowatt at a speed of 15 hertz. The maximum shear stress should not be exceed more than 60 MPa. So here you have to calculate the particular value. They said to calculate the diameter. So normally our diameter is denoted by capital D and small d. So now what is the given data? If we read this numericals again, we know that capital P is the power which is given in the value of 10 kilowatt. N is the number of revolution which is given in hertz, 15 hertz. So that means 15 cycle per second. So if you want to convert these values in RPM, we are going to convert 15 multiplied by 60 RPM. So final value will be 900. Normally when you are going to calculate the torque, our formula is P is equal to 2 pi n t divided by 60, where n is the your number of revolution. But for this calculation, you need the value of n in RPM. That's why here value is given in 15 hertz, that is 15 cycle per second. So we have converted into RPM. So here we have multiplied by 60. So 15 multiplied by 60, we get the value 900 mm. And here tau, the maximum shear stress should not be exceed 60 MPa. So here tau is given 60 MPa. So we have the formula to calculate the value of power. So power here you will get P is equal to 2 pi n t divided by 60, where 2 pi is your numerical values, n is the number of revolution, t is your torque, and divided by 60. So here you put the value of power. Power is given in kilowatt, but we require the power in watt. So here we multiply by 10 raised to 3. So our formula will be like this: 10 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 is equal to 2 pi multiplied by 900 multiplied by t divided by 60. So you will get the value in Newton meter, and that value will be 106.110 Newton meter. So final torque is equal to 106.10 Newton meter. Now we are going to calculate the diameter. As we know that in case of solid shaft, we are using this formula: torque is equal to pi by 16 multiplied by tau into d raised to 3. So now our value is in Newton meter. We want the diameter in mm. That's why again we convert this Newton meter into Newton mm, so that here torque value is multiplied by again 10 raised to 3. So now formula is T is equal to pi by 16 multiplied by tau multiplied by d raised to cube. So 106.10 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 equal to pi by 16 multiplied by 60 into d raised to cube, because we know maximum traces are given as a 60. So after putting the value and doing the calculation, finally we will get the value of D diameter is 20.80 mm. So we can say the required diameter is 20.80 mm. So this way you can solve the numericals. So this is one of the basic numerical for calculation of diameter of the solid circular shaft. Next is the example related with the torque. So you just read this example. In this example, a shaft of 60 mm diameter rotate with 180 revolution per minute. If permissible shear stress is 100 MPa, find the torque and power in the kilowatt. Here we have to calculate the value of tau and value of power in kilowatt. So here shaft diameter is given, that is capital D is 60 mm. Revolution, number of revolution N is given 180 RPM. Your top T, value of T is given 100 MPa. So for solid circular shaft we know the formula. Torque is given by pi by 16 multiplied by tau into d cube. So you put the value here. T is equal to pi by 16 multiplied by 100 into 60 cube. So here you will get the value of torque is 4240 Newton mm. So just by using this formula pi by 16 multiplied by tau into d cube, we got the value of torque. Now next to calculate the value of power. So power is given by following formula. P is equal to 2 pi nt divided by 60. So again 2 pi is your numericals, constant numericals values. N is given as a 180 and torque we calculated in above formula. So here torque is 4240. So you can calculate the power. So by putting the value 2 pi multiplied by 180 multiplied by 4240 divided by 60, we will get the power in watt 79922.11 watt. So convert it into kilowatt. So our value in kilowatt will be 79.92 kilowatt. So friends, in this way today we discuss about a basic concept of torsion and basic numericals related with the torsion and circular shaft. So in next class we are going to see the various theory parts and various numericals related with this topic. Thank you.